I have always loved video games, but recently I came to the realization that I needed to stop playing them. It hurt to let them go, but when I did, everything changed. I was able to regain a massive chunk of my attention, financial spending power, time, and redirect it all towards my main objective: to build a high-value YouTube channel. Suddenly, I had the clarity necessary to take the right actions, make higher quality videos much faster than before, and learn the skills necessary to succeed. My latest video got 700 views, which I know is not a lot on YouTube, but to me is absolutely insane, and something that seemed impossible before quitting. And I believe that you too could use the power boost that comes from temporarily quitting games. Let me preface by saying that I'm not suggesting games are bad or necessarily unproductive. I owe a lot of who I am today to video games. Series like The Legend of Zelda, for example, were instrumental in the development of my creativity, love for storytelling, and arts. I know the title of this video is dramatic, but I stand by it. What I mean is that there are times in life when playing games can be really fulfilling, such as childhood. But if you, like me, are currently in a journey to build or learn something that will deeply impact your life going forward, you will need to use all of your focus and dedication. In this case, spending your attention in games will slow you down, and depending on who you are, it could even end up costing you your dreams. Now allow me to elaborate through 6 reasons why you should consider quitting video games. Number 1. Dopamine imbalances. The most popular reason by far for quitting games is that they are far more stimulating than most experiences you encounter in your daily life. When we get used to constant, highly exciting experiences, it becomes more difficult to get ourselves to perform lower dopamine repetitive tasks, like the ones necessary to build a business, learn skills, and develop ourselves. I experienced this firsthand, as before quitting I found myself taking breaks from work every hour or so because I was craving excitement. These little breaks usually took the shape of a run of The Binding of Isaac, and that was about 20 minutes per break. The real problem though wasn't the 20 minutes I spent playing Isaac, but rather that by constantly playing games I was preventing myself from entering a state of focus, which led to lower quality work, if the work even got done at all. By playing video games, what we're doing is essentially decreasing our tolerance to boredom. Number 2. Attention allocation issues. You become what you give your attention to. Epictetus. If you're watching this video, chances are you're still in the early stages of your self-development journey. And at the start, the way you allocate your attention is crucial, because your attention dictates all of your actions and how you invest your resources, factors which weigh very heavily on your future. The thing with video games and the gaming industry at large is that they are designed to hold onto your attention. I realized that it wasn't only the time playing games that was affecting me. It was also the constant hype cycle of directs, game trailers, rumors, leaks, videos, events, etc. And the chronic thinking about video games that all of this gaming related media was causing me, taxing my attention. Now that I've quit, it's like I flushed those out of my brain, and now my subconscious is free to generate video ideas or business ideas rather than gaming ideas. And when I consume content, I'm not watching gaming channels but business, content creation, and filmmaking channels instead. Your subconscious is working 24/7 for you, machinating ideas. Now the quality and usefulness of these ideas is almost entirely depending on the information diet that you feed your brain. If you're constantly consuming gaming content and playing games and thinking of games and discussing games with your friends, your brain will make you identify yourself as a gamer and will attract ideas related to gaming, leading to more immersion into the hobby through your actions, consuming more and more of your time, resources, and even health as you put them before your fitness and sleep. On the other hand, if you immerse yourself in your craft, for example business, by consuming content, discussing it, and practicing it, you will see yourself as that, an entrepreneur in this case. And so your actions will reflect this new identity that you have developed by directing your attention more mindfully. Number 3. The comfort zone. Video games are a lot of fun, and that's because they simulate experiences that we have evolved to find highly engaging and rewarding, like exploration, competition, and collection, which, coupled with the social aspects of online multiplayer games, cover most of our mental stimulation needs very efficiently from the comfort of our homes. The problem is that since we have access to this immediate, exaggerated fulfillment of our mental and social needs, we are discouraged from seeking the much more difficult, lower dopamine activities in real life. So instead of exploring real possibilities, we explore Minecraft worlds. Instead of competing in sports or business, we compete in death rank Call of Duty matches. And instead of collecting knowledge and skills to create prosperous futures for ourselves, our families, our communities, and the world at large, we collect Pokemon. And because we can play with our friends from home, we hang out less and talk mainly about games, which once again reinforces the identity of a gamer, which isn't too helpful when we're trying to build ourselves up. It's incredibly easy to get lost in the gaming sessions with the boys, the hype train, and daily life, trapping ourselves in powerful comfort zones for years, limiting our potential and postponing our freedom. Which goes nicely into the next point. Number 4. There is no future in gaming. The comfort zone is the devil's domain because when we're in it, we let time fly. Days, months, and even years. Life can pass us by in a snap if we keep on following the cycle of working all week long and gaming on our free time to unwind. Unless you become a successful gaming YouTuber, streamer, developer, or esports player, video games won't get you anywhere in life. And if you've got it in you and are willing to put in the work for that, well, more power to you. But for most of us, this will not be the case. And so at the start of our journeys, it's wiser to invest our time, money, and energy into things that will help us achieve freedom, like businesses, content creation, fitness, and skills. Those are things that will help us increase our leverage over our lives, which is to say control. Control over our income and control over our time. Once we're in control and are successful, we can play all of the video games we want without any issues. Video games should be an additional reward for having created exciting lives, and not something that we use to escape our boring everyday lives, procrastinating our escape. Number 5. You can't enjoy them fully anyway. Most gamers, myself included, end up with huge backlogs or wish lists of untouched, uncompleted, and even forgotten games. Limited time and budgets make it difficult to fully enjoy this hobby. This became apparent to me when I tried playing Final Fantasy XIV, which has hundreds of hours worth of gameplay, and saw that I could allocate 2 hours at most for gaming a day. And that was pushing it, because I knew that by doing so, I was affecting my chances of accomplishing my dreams by allocating 2 daily hours to the game that could have been invested to learn a new skill or create content. What is the point of being hyped for so many games and consoles if we can't afford the time to play them? It makes more sense to level up in life to the point where time and money aren't an issue first, to then be able to truly take the time to enjoy games to the fullest. Number 6. The power of sacrifice. Any person who wins in any undertaking must be willing to burn his ships and cut all sources of retreat. Napoleon Hill. When I decided to quit video games, I sold my beloved Nintendo Switch and my game collection. I also unsubscribed to all sources of gaming related content, uninstalled Steam, and all other sources of gaming. I wanted to make this commitment as impactful as possible, because I knew that this would mark the beginning of a new story arc in my life and have a strong psychological effect on my drive. And it totally did. I lost a lot of money when I sold these games, but it was well worth it because I proved to myself that I was serious enough about my dreams to give up my escape, the hobby that I had so loved for my entire life up to this point. That was the moment when I went all in, and I'm still working on improving every day, but now I use all of my time, attention, and money towards accomplishing my goals, because I burned the ship that allowed me to return to Video Game Island, to the comfort zone of having my desires for adventure fulfilled artificially. As I said before, I am not asking you to quit your hobby forever. What I'm asking of you is to consider putting video games aside for a period of time long enough for you to level up to a point where you will have the freedom to do anything you want. And if that something happens to be playing video games, then great! But take that journey and see where life takes you. See just what you are capable of accomplishing if you use all of your attention. It's time to stop playing as the hero and go out there into the real world and actualize those desires for adventure and competition and collection and learning and challenge into the real world and become that hero for real. And a fantastic way to start becoming a real hero is by being more organized with your time, which you can easily do by watching my latest video on how to bullet journal. Link in the description of this video and on the YouTube charts, here or here I think. If you found any value in this video, I would greatly appreciate it if you could give me a like and consider subscribing. I put a lot of work into these videos. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.